Real estate in the city of Toronto is the most affordable it's been in 3 years. Prices have come down, interest rates have come down, and we're at a point now where buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines and holding their breath should be asking themselves, what am I waiting for? The information that we're going to cover in this video is the same information that I'm sharing with my clients to help them decide, should I continue to sit on the sidelines, or is it finally affordable enough for me to make my move? We're going to take a close look at the August numbers, and we're going to compare those to the 3 previous Augusts so that you can see for yourself just how much more affordable real estate is today. If you're new here, my name is Jason Bondy-Sawyer with the Bondy-Sawyer Real Estate Team in the city of Toronto. Now, I've been a realtor since 2006, and I make educational videos like this one here to help buyers and sellers navigate the Toronto real estate market. If you want to book a call with me to discuss your real estate plans, you can do so using that first link down in the description. If you find this video valuable, please give it a like and go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Okay? Let's get into it. So for this exercise, we are going to look at purchase price, down payment, land transfer tax, interest rate, and monthly mortgage payment. And we'll look at what each of those numbers would have been had you bought in August 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. And remember, we're focusing specifically on the city of Toronto. So we're not looking at the Durham, York, Peel, or Halton regions. One more quick thing. We're not going to be looking at property taxes, which I realize have been increasing. And we're not going to look at things like employment numbers, wage growth, etc. I understand and appreciate that these numbers factor into the affordability conversation, especially in a city like Toronto. But in this video, I just want to keep things simple. So we're going to focus on what has happened with purchase prices and interest rates. Okay? Let's get into it. Starting with detached homes. So back in 2022, purchase price would have been $1,265,000. And by the way, the number that I'm using here for purchase price is the median sale price. Now, you could use average sale price, but that number can sometimes be skewed by a few sales at the low end or the high end of the market. So using median instead of average avoids that skewing. And if you're not familiar with the median is, if we were to line up all the sale prices next to one another in ascending order, it would be the middle number. So if you had the numbers 1 to 11 lined up next to one another, the median number would be 6. The down payment on that $1,265,000 purchase price would have been $253,000. And you can see here that I'm using a 20% down payment for each of these scenarios. Your land transfer taxes would have been approximately $44,000, and you can see that we're applying both the provincial and the municipal land transfer taxes here because we're in the city of Toronto. And to keep things simple and consistent across all these scenarios, we're going to assume that you are not a first-time home buyer. So you're not going to get to take advantage of that first-time rebate, and you're going to pay the full land transfer tax. The 5-year fixed interest rate back in August of 2022 was 4.45%. And to get this number, I went to ratehub.ca, where they have a graph that shows you what the discounted rates were on any given month. So with all those numbers in mind, back in August of 2022, your monthly mortgage payment, and that's principal and interest, would have been $5,573. And you can see here, I'm using a 25-year amortization for each of these scenarios. Okay, so now let's dump all of these numbers for the following year, August 2023. Purchase price was $1,320,000. Down payment, $264,000. Land transfer tax, $46,000. Interest rate was 5.04%. And your monthly mortgage payment was $6,166. So every number there was up compared to August of 2022. Now looking at August of 2024, we can see that these numbers were starting to come back down. Not quite to where they were in 2022 though, except for the interest rate, which was actually lower in 2024 than it was in the 2 previous years. Okay, so now let's take a look at where we were in August of 2025. Purchase price was down to $1,180,000. Down payment was down to $236,000. Land transfer tax was $40,000. Interest rate was down to 3.89%. And your monthly mortgage payment was down to $4,907. So that downward trend that we saw in 2024 continued. And you can see that each of these numbers here in 2025 was lower than it was in 2022. And detached homes in the city of Toronto are indeed more affordable than they've been in 3 years. So if you're buying now, you're paying thousands less on your purchase price, which means your down payment is lower, your land transfer taxes are lower, and you're getting a lower interest rate. And on a monthly basis, you are paying less to carry that mortgage. Okay, so let's hop over to semi-detached homes to see if this holds true for that home type as well. So you can see there, just like detached homes, these numbers were at their highest in 2023, they came down in 2024, and then they came down even further in 2025. Now, the purchase price hasn't quite come down to as low as what it was in 2022, but because your interest rates are the lowest they've been, your monthly mortgage payment is now the lowest it's been. So look at that, you're paying over $300 a month less than you were a year ago, and over $900 a month less than you were 2 years ago. And finally, let's hop over now to condo apartments. So purchase price was actually at its highest back in 2022. Monthly mortgage payment was at its highest in 2023. And all the numbers are now down at their lowest in 2025. Again, you're saving on purchase price, down payment, land transfer taxes. Interest rates are down to a very reasonable level, and your monthly cost to carry is the lowest it's been in 3 years. So if you're buying a condo now, you're paying over $200 a month less than you would have a year ago, and over $600 a month less than you would have 2 years ago. Okay, so if you're planning to make a move in the Toronto real estate market and you want to book an appointment with a professional that can help you make an action plan for doing that, go ahead and book a call with me using that first link down in the description. Over here next to me are a couple of other videos that you're going to want to check out, and over here is a link to subscribe to this channel. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.